So let's move on. Today's topic is about one line graph about the population for India and China with past, present, and the future. First of all, everybody can see the graph clearly and the letters. Maybe because of your computer screen, it will be some small. Is it clear?
Yes, everybody's clear.
Okay, so let's start. IELTS Academic Writing Task 1 has another perspective. It is statistics. If you are good at statistics, it will be easier for you. Yes. Why? Because first of all, you need to analyze the graph. You need to analyze the statistics. But it's not about only understanding the numbers or writing the numbers, increase, decrease, fluctuation, blah, blah, blah. It's not about it. If your aim is still 6.5, okay. Increase, decrease, fluctuation, and the graph is going to the stable, something like that. This terminology will directly help you. But if your aim is higher than 6.5, you need to just change the structure of your sentences. How? Instead of writing the numbers, you need to write what's going on there. This is the most important part. But it takes time. It's not about only English. It's about understanding the graph. So you have just 20 minutes to write academic writing task 1. In this 20 minutes, please not try to directly write this. No. Because when you write something, you cannot erase it. You cannot get rid of it again. Okay? You cannot compensate your mistakes. So to do it too fast, what you need to do, spend your 3 or maximum 5 minutes to write your draft, your outline. But not, of course, the answer sheet. On the answer sheet, you need to write it on the paper. Draft paper or just the exam sheet. It will be better for you to not cut your scores. Okay? What can we write in this draft? First of all, what I see directly. It means variables. If you like to develop your IELTS skills, especially academic writing task 1, you need to just study statistics. It's not about IELTS. Just open statistics videos. That is all. Basically, how to describe graphs, but not for IELTS. How to describe normal graphs. Then you can easily do it. When I see this graph, I can see variables, dependent and independent variables. Dependent variable is, or dependent variables are dependent variables, criteria, elements, subjects of these statistics that are dependent on each other or other variables. It means they can change according to the situation. Generally, these are numbers or the results. We have independent ones. It means static variables. It means they never change. They are statistics. Statistical, static criteria. In this graph, we have India and China. These are independents. Because nothing can change the name of these countries. These are statics. These are statics, stables. And then we have years. Years never change, right? 2020 is 2020. 2025 is 2025. Numbers, situations, countries, weather condition, they never change the year. So these are independent ones. Dependent ones are dependent on independence. It means if I change the country, these numbers will change. If I change the country, the result will change. If I change the year, independent one, the result will change. So because of it, these are dependent ones. They depend on static ones, stable ones. So you need to see this. Why I spend my time to describe it? Because all the students make mistakes while writing an article. And then they spend huge amount of time because they don't know what to write too fast. You need to understand the criteria. So if you like to write the article, just I'm not writing something on the script because I want you to focus on me directly. If you like to write something, first of all, you need to look at changes. What changed in this graph or in this statistics in this report? It means you need to find the answer for so what? Hey, these scientists, why they have done or why they did this survey, this article, this work, this study, why they did. You need to find the answer for it. It's the most important part here. Okay? So I need to find increase, decrease, fluctuations, study stable or not stable. Unstable, it means. Or another one, maybe the highest, the lowest, maximum, minimum. Or if you have the bar charts, pie charts, you need to look at the percentages or bar charts. Which one is the most effective one for you? Then it will be the best choice for you to write something. So let's see how to write an intro. Aimer, do you have an idea for this line graph to write an intro? Can you read and can you tell me your own idea?
I have idea, but I don't think that is true.
Try.
I need to do introduction.
Yes.
The graph below demonstrates the change for India and China since the year 2000 and the predicts population growth until 2025.
Perfect. Just only one correction below. While paraphrasing, be careful. You won't have below in the exam. You have two different papers, right? So there will be no below. Just only this, maybe the correction I can offer. And then continue, please. Introduction is not only one sentence. Introduction should include 2 to 3 sentences. So it can be a paragraph. Do you know what to say about the second and the third sentences?
I know it's overall that.
But be careful. Overall is not a paragraph. When you watch YouTube videos, teachers are writing overall as in another paragraph, second paragraph. I don't prefer this technique because if you write an overall, you cannot write conclusion. Conclusion you should include. It's an academic article. So instead of writing overall, I would like to use conclusion, like overall. And in introduction, the second and the third sentences will be your overall that if you would like to write, but together in one paragraph. How? First one, that paraphrase. Second sentence in the first introduction can be your variables. It means country, years, the other important information that you would like to give. And then third sentence will be the most important change. Do you know how to do it? The most important change.
Compare the two countries.
Actually, not directly compare the two countries. Let me show you. First, I would like to open my Paint. Then I hope it works. Okay, let me change my. So you see Paint, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So, generally, if you like to write an article, for introduction, you need to give me the most important, I mean, significant change from beginning till end. This is for intro. And then for main paragraphs, you need to tell me the middle. I will show you what are these, what are these things, and then conclusion. You need to tell me the changes that you can summarize. How? This is my technique. There will be no classic technique write this. Because if you write like this, you can know what you can write in introduction, in main paragraphs, and in conclusion. So there will be no confusing situation for you. And then in 20 minutes, you can easily manage your time. So we have X and Y axis in statistics. That's, you are a high school student, right? I heard like this. So you know this knowledge. So we have beginning and we have an end. To write introduction from this part to this part, what's changed? You need to tell me. It means you need to find the answer for what should I know about the study. Forget spelling mistakes. If I make spelling mistakes, but I would like to write a little bit faster. For example, no, I would like to speak a little bit faster because I need to save the time. Generally, we have scientists, university lecturers, academicians, professors, etc. They are writing an article, and then always we have an abstract paragraph or abstract text before the scientific article. It means we are writing in medicine, for example, 500 pages long text. But we have just 3 paragraphs, like writing task 1, abstract, intro, main paragraphs, technique, material, method, another main paragraph, and then conclusion and discussion. 6 paragraphs we have. It's not about it, but I would like to show you the reason. Why we write this abstract? Because everybody cannot read 500-600 page long medical text. We need to understand the main idea to not read all of them. You need to write in introduction this situation, this sentence. That I don't need to read all these paragraphs. Just if I read this sentence, I can learn everything about this essay. Everything. Just you need to tell me one sentence. This will be the most important thing. It means, hey, what changed? What happened? So what? Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yes.
Everything is. Yes.
Okay, so what changed? This is your question. Tell me
The India had the India had a increasing trend, but in China had a decreasing trend.
Basically, I can say, but in else you need to be careful with only one thing. Generally, it is another mistake of students that we have not only 2 trends here. How many trends you can see? How many trajectories?
I see 2 trend.
It's line.
Ah,
3.
okay.
Increasing, decreasing, increasing.
Mhm.
So if you say there will be a downturn or downward trend for China, it means it should be like this. not like this. Parabols, hyperbols. And then parabols, something like that. You need to be careful with geometrical shapes. Okay? Or you need to
Okay.
specify the year, duration period. So correct your sentence, please. One more time.
I don't know how to correct to this.
For example, let's see. Where is my example? Where is my screen? Okay, I can see. From beginning to till end, or okay, I will make it easier for you. During 50-year time span, there will be a curve. There will be an increase and decrease for China. However, there is an upward trend for India. I can say like this. This is the first one. Second one, what can I say? More neutral version for it. During this 50-year span, or in this 50-year time span, the situation or the trajectory for population growth in India and China will change dramatically. It will be an easy way to say without focusing on numbers. Now, a little bit, is it clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Then, let me change. What can I say more? Okay. I'm thinking. The line graph compares the population growth of China and India between 2000 and 2015, while the figures until 2025, because now we are in 2025, so I need to divide this graph into two pieces, till now and then expectation. So while the figures until 2025 are based on actual data, the period from 2025 to 2050 reflects estimated population projections for both countries. Be careful, first sentence and the second sentence. Now, the most important part here to write the third sentence. It means overall or intro. Results. Overall, the graph reveals a significant change, a significant shift in population dominance from China to India over the 50-year period. Is it clear?
Yes.
Perfect. So let's see the main ideas now. I need to change. Before changing the screen, I need to show this. This is how to write the intro's last sentence. But so main paragraph. Main paragraph is focusing on this place. Between them, what's going on. And we have conclusion. Conclusion is not focusing on this place. Be careful. Conclusion is not focusing on what changed. Conclusion is focusing on from beginning till end. What changed and what should I understand from this article? It means conclusion of the changes. Discussion. Instead of conclusion, you can write here discussion. But be careful. While writing discussions or this discussion paragraph, students are always giving their own personal opinions. It means subjective ideas. This is the most tragedy situation for me. Why? Because IELTS academic writing task one is not about what you are thinking. It should be objective. Okay, so you need to make it clear. So let's move on. I'd like to put some sentences in our chat box. While writing an article, you can use these sentences to write too fast. Generally, I use this technique to teach mode sentence creation technique. It means always the sentences are same, like a puzzle. Copy paste from the question, and then finish your essay. Memorize. Because IELTS is not about your knowledge, IELTS is about techniques. How well you know in 20 minutes. Okay, so you can see these sentences. And then a little bit you need to change, of course. So let's see. First of all, can you read the main paragraph 1? And then can you tell me your own idea, please?
I need to make a main paragraph.
Main paragraph 1.
Read. I do.
The given the graph presents compared. In 2000, the population of China was slightly higher than that of India, compared to India's near 1 billion over the next 30 years. Both countries growth, but the rates differed totally. By 2013, projections show that each country will reach about 1 billion, marking a convergence in their population size.
Convergence. What does it mean? Convergence.
Convergence. Change.
Can you look at 145 in the graph? What's happening there?
Қосылу дейді. Таймер қосылу.
They come to the same point. Convergence is this cross is convergence. From two different trajectories. If you are converging and then going to the opposite sides, this point is convergence, overlap. So, while writing main paragraphs, you need to analyze the graph statistics first, but it's not like what I said in the beginning. You need to separate your ideas, your groups, your variables, independent variables into pieces. Now we have increase, decrease, and increase. 3 trajectories. We have 2 countries and 50 years. And then one convergence. You have a lot of criteria to write these paragraphs. It means to mention. What you would like to mention, you need to specifically choose. Some students start from, I would like to talk in the first paragraph about India and second paragraph China. Okay, then you compare them. In what paragraph you compare? I don't know, in conclusion maybe. Why not? Or in the first paragraph, you can talk about from 2000 to 2025. In the second paragraph, 2025 to 50. Another idea, so you have the chance to compare and contrast. Or another one, you can talk about in the first paragraph the highest parts, the lowest parts that I said to you in the beginning of the meeting. And or what can you do? You can write till the convergence, after the convergence. Okay, so it is how I group. So you never misunderstand, you never confused. That's okay. Just talk about till the convergence, after the convergence. But not write only the numbers. If you don't have another option, of course. You need to tell me what's going on. So it increases your score. It elevates your score. So you can copy paste sentences from the chat as well to have an idea, or you can show me your own idea. How to write? First of all, tell me how you group, and then your main paragraph one. Timer, let's go.
In the beginning of the 2000 years, India had a one. Қалай айтады 1600 точканы апай?
1.60.
1.16 trend.
Аймер Индиядан бастама. Ең үлкенінен баста.
The first one. How can you group? It means in the first and second main paragraphs. What would you like to say? Can you tell me separately?
She wants to start from describing India.
And then in the second paragraph, China.
Like, yes, she wants to start from India.
Okay, but be careful. Because you need to compare, I guess.
Yes. Сондықтан Chinaдан бастайын. Аймер. Бірінші үлкенінен бастайсың,
In the beginning of the 2000 years, China had a 1.2000 degrees.
You don't know. Аймер, I told you. You are starting in India. Okay.
India? It is your last choice,
No,
right?
I started from China.
Maybe then it's about 1.25 billion people, yeah? You don't know. You should add like with about or approximately.
Approximately, about, nearly, or around.
Yes.
Synonyms. If the number is not exact, please use them.
So you can start with, initially in 2000, China had a significantly higher population than India, with about 1.35 billion people compared to India's 1 billion, for example, people. If you see, you can see total populations in billions. Yeah? Populations are in that.
So, Ayman, you can start.
I want to talk about India.
Okay.
In the beginning 2000s, India had a 1,000 population. Amount деп айту керек па апай? About 1,000 population.
Yes. Okay, you can say what you.
Типа 1 миллион, ой, 1000 миллион болды деген секілді айтқым келген.
1 миллион ғой ол, 1000 емес. 1 billion. 1 billion.
You can do like this. In billion will be confusing because IELTS is using British Council, blah, blah, blah. They are using always these confusing numbers. Just say 1.25 in billion. That's all. Or 1.25 billion. That's all. It means 1 billion, 250 million people live in this country.
Okay.
Okay.
It was overall?
No, it is not overall.
I'm talking about.
You are describing body part.
Okay.
Comparing. You are comparing two countries. India.
I can compare them. For example, India was higher than China.
Be careful what I said. You need to group very well before writing the essay. It means If you would like to compare, you need to choose comparing style and then write like this. If you choose like what you did, India and China, or China, India, two different paragraphs, you cannot compare. Because you need to talk about India, you need to talk about China only. And then compare, contrast should be in conclusion. Why? Because the examiner is reading your article, and then as an examiner, I should understand, not write confusing articles, not to jump from one idea to another idea. So because of it, I said to you, if you separate your variables, you need to focus on just only this variable, its statistics, its numbers, or its trajectory. If you choose 20 to 2025, for example, now between these two times, in this time span, you have two countries. So now you can mention from 20 to 25, India, China, and then their comparisons, of course. So you can know, you should know, you know what you need to write. I know in the first paragraph, I start writing from 20 to 20, and then I can start with maybe first sentence. It is China. China is just basic sentences. China is going up. India is going up. Okay. And then numbers, of course. Now compare contrast. There will be convergence in 2025. Just example, not focus on the graph. And then there will be convergence. It is higher than and it is lower than in this 2025. So as you see, I can compare contrast. I can talk about the trajectories. I can include everything between these 2 years. So you can easily understand that I write specifically between these times, and the examiner can open the page, your exam page, the graph, while reading your essay, can just look at the part of this graph from 20 to 25, not other parts. Try to help your examiner to understand, because they are not looking at the graph while reading your essay. I should draw the graph in my mind while reading your essay. Think always like this, and then write as basic as 5-year-old kid can understand, but with a good vocabulary. Okito? Aymer.
Okay.
Aymer
Okay.
düşündün mü?
Okay. So, can you tell me your grouping first? Not essay, just grouping. What group techniques you would like to use?
Қолдануға нені?
Қайсыны таңдағың келіп тұр дейді. Просто салыстырма таңдағың келіп тұр ма, или жай ғана бір линияны дискайт жасағың келіп тұр ма?
Comparing жасауға.
Онда comparing
Okay.
жасау.
What years?
Қай
I want to
жылдар?
use 2000 from 2000.
Айтып көр өзіңді.
No, I want to start from 2010.
2010.
Yes.
What happened to 2000?
Жоқ, бір линияны таңдай бер. Біреуін таңда, екеуін таңдайсың да салыстырасың. Или екеуін бір-бірімен салыстырасың, или саған айтып тұр, біреуін ал да соны толығымен айтып шық дейді. Мысалы, 2000-нан 2050-ге дейін. It is difficult to her because she learned only today how to describe.
It's no problem. Just we are talking about statistics, not IELTS. So she can easily understand. For example, I will give you one main paragraph that I wrote. Not on the screen, it is the second option. Okay, in 2000, China's population was significantly higher than India's. As you see, I'm comparing now with roughly, approximately, about, nearly, roughly. Let me write. Maybe you don't know roughly. roughly it means like this, around 1.25 billion people compared to India's 1 billion. That you wanted to say this sentence, but not like this. Over the next 25 years. However, the gap between the two countries narrowed considerably. The gap, the difference between them, it goes like this and it's closing, right? Till convergence. The gap is narrowing, closing considerably. It means significantly. China's population increased steadily. It means it has the stable speed approximately, steadily, but at a slowing rate. It is not going too fast. The speed is going down like this, at a slower speed, at a slowing rate, peaking at around 1.42 billion by 2025. On the other hand, now I'm coming to another country. On the other hand, India experienced a more rapid pace. It means a more rapid and consistent, stable, static, consistent population growth. And by 2025, its population had reached, past perfect tense, had reached slightly above, higher than, above 1.4 billion, nearly matching China's population, nearly matching China's. So this is how I compare between these two types. Did you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Perfect. So where is your example? Tell me. Try.
I understand, but I can't give examples because it's so difficult.
With basic vocabulary, you can try. Can you?
I think it's difficult to hear. In its time, maybe.
Maybe. So let's come to the second paragraph. As you see, I try to compare these two countries from 20 to 2025. And after 25, I need to come to the convergence and then expectations. Why the graph is so difficult? I specifically choose this graph because some students, again, make really, really cute mistakes. We are in 2025. You cannot use same tenses. You need to use future tense or would if you are talking about the future. But the previous one, past and past perfect. So let's see the second paragraph. Where is this? Where is this? Here. As you see on the right side, and I will give you another version. From 2025 onwards, the trends. Now I'm changing my tone. The trends diverge noticeably. It means they change. The word noticeably. China's population is expected to decline. It is expected. It's not real. Expected to decline gradually. Falling back, it means come back to the same place. Falling back to about 1.4 billion by 2050. In contrast, India's population is projected to continue increasing and reach approximately 1.6 billion by the same year. Now, I'm not saying by 2050 because I don't want to repeat the same words, same numbers. I can say by the same year. And after it, this indicates a reversal in demographic dominance. I will give you after the lesson this article so you can read both sides. This indicates, this shows, this situation expresses, demonstrates, illustrates. These are synonyms. A reversal, it means oppositely changed. In demographic dominance, why dominance? It means dominant. In your language, it is the same, I think. China has the dominance, actually had the dominance in 2000, but now India is expected to take this dominance in 2050. So this indicates a reversal in demographic dominance, as India's anticipated to surpass China. As, while, because India is anticipated. Anticipate, it means waited, thought, to surpass China. India is going up, China is going down, right? Sorry, like this. So it is surpassing. It means dominating. Surpassing China by a substantial margin. Have you ever heard a substantial margin? Aymer, do you know substantial margin?
No.
Substantial is significantly important. Important, vital, significant, substantial. Margin, the difference between them, number. The gap, substantial margin. It means it is surpassing, it is dominating, but the gap between them is amazing. Substantial margin is this. Potentially due to is because different socio-economic or governmental approach to population growth, population control, I can say. I know it is too high because this is part 9, but if you see in chat box some more sentences, it will be amazing for your level. So, band 9 is up to me. Conclusion is up to you. Can you come to conclusion?
I think a conclusion is not necessary.
Conclusion is like this. Hey, will you finish? You need to finish. So finish is conclusion. It is an academic essay. Be careful. And then we have some specific rules for it. Intro and conclusion. They never change. You can see overview writers. I have some examples like this as well. No conclusion, just overview paragraph. But trust me, conclusion will help you to reach higher scores with basic vocabulary. Because the examiner should understand that you finish the essay. In speaking, in writing, for both. IELTS speaking. If you are talking, always give me the conclusion sentence. So as an examiner, I can understand that you finished your speech, and then I will ask the next question. It looks like this. I'm developing my speech. Yes. It's the P part, the most exciting part. And then I stop here. Finished? Okay, next question. The examiner will say like this, because he's waiting for you to come to the end. So what happened? Why you said all of them? Give me the reason. It is conclusion. Conclusion is this. If you can write, please try to write. But not write overview like conclusion. Because conclusion, the meaning of conclusion is ending. Ending cannot be the second paragraph. Logically impossible. Ending should be in the end. Then article closed. Why? Why it is important? If you have an amazing vocabulary, of course, you can do whatever you want, but not do it, of course. But for your level, till band 8.5 levels, band and 8.5, not try to write like this. Not try to write your own rules. Why? Because examiners are not reading your essays fully. You think like they are reading word by word? No. Of course, they read word by word if you have a really good result, because they need to cut your score. They need to find some mistakes. So specifically, they read everything. But normally, they open the page like this. And then directly, here is my pen. Directly from the mid, just change the background so you can see me directly. This will be easier. So, from this page, as you see, they read from the middle. Okay? Not word by word. So you need to write intro, you need to write conclusion, and then main paragraphs. So the examiner can easily follow. Generally, they read one sentence of intro. If they like your intro, they continue. If they don't like your intro, they directly write 6, 5, and then finish. No need to write the other parts. No need to read other parts. Why? Because they believe that this student cannot write better than intro. If you have a good intro, they think that maybe it goes band 8, it goes band 9. And then they continue by the paragraph. 1, they read, by the paragraph goes well. Maybe not 8, maybe 8.5. And then second paragraph. 8 point, not 8.5, maybe it will be band 9. And then they continue with second paragraph. And that may be conclusion. Why they read conclusion? Band 9, or you make a good mistake, then band 7 again. Organization. When you open the IELTS scoring tables, have you ever seen IELTS scoring table? How they score your essays?
I don't know.
Let me show you. Generally, all students are preparing for IELTS, but interestingly, they never look at this table. It is British Council's scoring table that all the examiners should follow these two tables. Let me show. And then you can easily understand why I'm focusing on the organization and the logic more than the others, because it helps you to reach band 9. Without using advanced vocabulary. I put it in chat box and now I'm putting on the screen. So you see here, right?
I see.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah. So this is how they score your article. As you see, band 5, band 6. For all of them, we have task achievement, coherence, cohesion, lexical resource, and grammatical range and accuracy. But be careful. Coherence and cohesion part. For band 5, can you see? For band 5, why they write, band 6, what they write, or 7, what they write, always the same. Band
Yes,
7
I see.
logically organizes information and ideas. There's a clear progression throughout. It is the most important part. Be careful. Lexical resource, good vocabulary, sufficient vocabulary. Grammar, there will be no big grammar, giant grammar mistakes, important grammar mistakes. Task achievement, answer the question very well, blah, blah, blah. But Directly, if you would like to come to 6 to 7 or 5 to 7, only one thing you need, accept your vocabulary, accept your grammar, organization. It shows that you can use English as a device, as a material, as a telephone. It means you can play with it too easily. It's a toy. It's a piece of cake for me, too easy. I can write any kind of paragraphs. It means I can organize the essay. Organization. If you put conclusion in the second paragraph, unfortunately, come to 6.5 again. And only vocabulary, idioms, or other kind of sentence structures can help you to come back to 7 or 8. Do you have such vocabulary range? I don't think so. So, without forcing yourself, in my opinion, without studying so hard, just write good organized essay with middle range of vocabulary without mistakes. It helps you to reach 7, trust me, directly without an effort.